And you're live.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, guys.
Hello, hello.
We're
Hi.
all together.
Welcome
Yes,
back
all three
to
of us
another
together.
Pen Friends Live with Lau, Jeffrey, and Carmen.
It seems like a
Yes.
long time since the three of us have been together.
Ages.
About
Although we communicate all the time, but it's like four
so
of
like
us.
3-4 weeks. Wow.
I know.
Huh.
What's
Yes, we are reunited. Hello, Lisa. Hi, Joe. Hi, Carlos.
Hello,
hello, guys?
with Suzette saying hello, and Darla Maple,
Hello, Darla.
Hi.
and a longtime viewer, Kathy. And
Kathy and Chris is there too.
yes,
I think
and
Chris is visiting from Pittsburgh.
Skylar and Buzz, and Chris, and
Oh, some new faces.
Nelson,
Welcome,
and
welcome.
I know.
favorite, Carlos Torres,
There he goes.
and Joe, and Ben,
Oh,
and
it's
Spud Gal.
National
Oh,
Handwriting Day today.
oh my gosh! I didn't realize that was today. That
Yeah.
is cool.
There's Handwriting Day, Fountain Pen Day, Ballpoint Pen Day. A few that we just
Different.
never know the day for. But yes.
So what's
Welcome, Skyrim and Buzz. It's your first time. And Chris as well.
yeah.
Okay.
It's a little slow day for me.
Oh, slow
my
day.
Philly show people.
Oh, yes. How was that?
It was nice. You know how sometimes they tell you to go to if it's your first pen show to go to a smaller pen show and
Mhm.
don't start off with something big. I
Uh-huh.
personally disagree. I kind of liked going to the big pen show first and then the
Oh,
smaller one. This was really small. It was if you go to the DC show and then you go to the Philly show, it's like a rude awakening. It's like remember it was like 200 vendors
hmm
versus 60.
60.
Oh,
I was
Wow.
done within an hour or two. I was like, okay. If it wasn't that was getting one of the nib grinds from Gina,
hmm
I could have left within 2 hours.
Right.
oh wow.
But
So, was it just the lobby of the hotel in Philly?
no, you walked in and all the pens were upstairs in the mezzanine
Oh,
section, and it was 2 rooms. I was trying to compare it to the size room from DC,
hmm
and the makers room that on the DC, a little bigger than that, was one room.
Okay.
And then the other room was a little bigger than the room that Galen Leather was in.
Okay.
So it wasn't, I mean, in an hour or two, you really saw everything you
Yeah.
needed to see.
Okay.
Did you feel like because it was smaller, maybe you got a little more one-on-one time with the vendors, or was it?
It was, it was exactly what I expected. If you're looking for vintage pens,
hmm
all the old timers with vintage pens, they were all there. Pretty
Okay.
much the same as
Right.
Philly. And if you want a vintage pen, I think that's the best place to go, and you get that one-on-one, not that many people. If you're not looking for vintage pen, then it's a little less. Although I saw vendors there, makers that I didn't see in DC,
hmm
that I really liked. So
Okay.
it was nice. It has its advantages and disadvantages. I still rather go to the DC show than the Philly show. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm glad I went. There was this new vendor there, and I was trying to convince her to go to the DC show.
hmm
She's brand new. She happened to get into the Philly show only because did you see on Instagram there was a vendor that had medical issues?
Yeah.
I forget the
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw that too.
Well, that's the table that she took over.
Okay.
Um, and she was selling these it's called Mod Girls, and she sells the little cloth clean your nibs. You know how sometimes if you
Oh,
use
okay.
a bouncy or a towel, you get the little things on the nibs. And these are like little cloth, really soft. And she was so nice. It's her first pen show. So I bought that from her.
She's
Nice.
selling her own stuff.
Yeah, she's selling
Okay.
her own stuff. She does a lot of calligraphy stuff and a lot of calligraphy inks and nibs and stuff. So that was nice, but I fell in love with the cloth, so I bought that. And I did buy a pen, even though I said I wasn't going to buy pens.
That's okay.
When I said no pens, I saw this vendor, Manu. He makes his own pens. I posted it. It looks just like a Leonardo.
That's beautiful.
No, it's not a Leonardo. And it weighs like a Leonardo. I mean, it looks just like it.
Wow.
And it has an ink window.
An ink window. And then the nib has a two-tone nib that that he kind of grinds.
Okay.
And it writes. I haven't inked this one, but he had one to try, and it was so nice. I ended up buying the pen.
What nib size is that?
6.
Number 6.
Fine.
6 fine. Okay. All right.
Look so nice. And I didn't see them at the DC show. I wish he was, because he was really, really nice.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Well, I'll look at your post if you posted their name and linked them.
Yeah, I linked them. It's on my post.
All right.
They're really nice.
Really pretty.
And I got the pen. Remember that pen I won back in December? Look,
Oh, yes. The wooden one.
I got it. Isn't it pretty?
Wow.
And it has my name on it. And then they put the company Taurus Elegance, but they have another name. Strella.
Stella.
Isn't it pretty?
That is like such nice, like vintagey vibes to it. I like it.
Wood, it feels so nice. It's really pretty. So there you go.
Is that a fine as well?
Yes. Yeah.
Fine. And hello, Jamie.
Huh?
I was saying hello, Jamie.
Oh, hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie. Oh, she just messaged me. The Leonardo pens.
Leonardo. Oh, yes. There's a ton of Leonardo pens that just came out, which I kind of figured would happen in the middle of January. And they're all here now.
One.
Did she show you the one from Karina?
So Karina's was pink, yeah.
I saw little pictures, but then I saw pictures of an amethyst.
Amethyst. Oh, yeah. There's an amethyst one.
Sort of almost sand.
The sand.
Yes. Like the quartz one.
Yes. Jamie sent me that one, but then I also got the picture of Karina's pen. It's all pink.
Yeah, it's all pink.
Very pretty color.
Yeah, these 3 colors are really nice.
Yeah.
I'm not a pink person. It's pretty.
How about purple?
Purple, I'm a little better.
Okay. The amethyst and sea sand.
Yes.
I think those are global. The Stilo and Apple Boom they're showing the pictures. So I think the purple one is really pretty, but it's a Magico.
I saw that. I didn't know about it until a little while ago when Jamie messaged me, and I'm like, now that one I like.
Jamie, did you get sea sand or amethyst? I'm assuming you said sands.
Yeah.
I think she said sands.
Yeah. They both look like sandy. Like the old one's purple sand.
I like the sand one a little more, but they're both really pretty.
Yeah. I think the sand one's your color, Carmen.
Yeah.
First time of year when they all these
when
pens coming out. I said all these pens start coming out, and then
yes, I am resisting every single one of those Leonardos. That's just rare for me.
That is rare for you. None of them?
Yeah, none of them. The purple amethyst one, I think that one is intriguing. But like I said, I prefer Momento Zeros and Grandes. So with that in mind, I can easily say no to the
Oh, Lisa got the amethyst one.
Yes, Lisa. I knew you'd cave into that one.
Oh God.
The quartz strata. That's the one I was thinking of.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. Yes, I like that one too.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I never liked it when I think it was Karina first had it, and I didn't like it. And now I'm like, I really like that one.
See, at first I wasn't a fan either, but then the more she would show it, I'm like, oh, that is really.
No, it is really pretty, and sometimes it does
Yeah.
take some like time for it to like say, "This is, you should love me."
That's the
So-
hard part, though, is some of them really are limited, and if it's not love at first sight, but people get rid of pens, so
I know.
So I am happy for you, Lisa, and anybody else who wanted this. The Quartz Strata when Stilo came out with it. To have it in a less expensive pen is really amazing because
Mhm.
I think it first came out in the what is it? Scribo. Oh gosh, Scribo Feel. That one used the Strata, Quartz Strata as well, and I don't think I'll ever find that.
And
Oh,
so I saw Apple Boom showed some pictures of I think 2 new Scribos.
Mm.
One's like
yes, the brown one.
there's a translucent brown one, but then there was also a tortoiseshell one.
Mm-hmm. I saw both.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Lisa wants to know. Chris wants to know how much the pens are.
What is the name of the pen? Which?
The Leonardo that
Oh.
Jamie sent us. I think isn't that like
Okay. Yeah. Leonardo Magicos are roughly like 199 to 225 in that range. Because this is a global release, it might be a little less than that.
I'm getting you
yeah,
the price.
so-
I don't know how much the one from Karina is though.
See you later, Lisa. Thanks for dropping by.
Bye, Lisa.
No, I don't. Oh yeah, she's leaving. Bye, Lisa. I'm behind on the comments.
Yes, Leonardo Magico. Let me show you my Magico and the difference between that and a Momento Zero. Okay, so this is a Magico. It is a piston filler. Sorry, Jeffrey.
Oh, that's that pen.
Okay, so Momento Magico looks like this. It has a piston fill, and it's got the cap band, looks like that. And the Momento Zeros usually have the 3 cap bands, and this one is slightly shorter. See that? So the Magico is longer, but it's lighter, and it's an internal piston. So it tends to be a little more expensive than the Momento Zeros.
The sand and the amethyst is about 169.
That's
Wow.
good. Yeah.
Not bad. I don't know about Karina's.
Karina's is from Endless Pens, and they're usually $225. They'll be on Hot Drop, which you can use the code Double Drop for 20% off. And so that usually ends up being around $204 for the Endless Pens one.
I like my Leonardos.
Yes.
I don't speak it for Furore. Furore Grande.
Furore.
Yes.
I love a cigar shaped pen. So that's on my list of potentials
DC pen.
at the DC Pen Show. Yes.
Okay, cool. I also want to add a Furore and a Mosaico to my collection.
Oh, yes.
At least one of each. I don't think I want to collect those, but I do want to just have them.
Mosaico. I love. They had the sand. I have the Memento Zero Grande 2.0 in sand, and they have that same material in the
Mosaico form.
very pretty.
Yes, I love the little like square rectangle shapes.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also have chatoyance, so it sparkles.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Did you remember you sent me the Scribo? Who was Endless Pen?
The one I sent you?
Yeah. Did you get it? The one that's on sale?
I didn't get it. It was Was that Endless Pens or was that
I forgot. I thought it was endless.
Van Ness? I thought
Oh, Venice. Yes, yes,
in their
yes.
basement section. I
Yeah.
think that's where their sale items are. But
Yeah, that's right. I
yeah,
was wondering. I meant to ask you if you had gotten it, but
no. That's Scribos have a price tag. I mean,
I
all
know.
but a price tag, and so I'm not opposed to getting one, but I would need to try it in person. Remember my rule for 2025 is no pen models
that you haven't tried.
or new nib sizes that I haven't tried in person. So
Yeah, especially for that price
yeah,
Was it 550, 600
on sale?
Yeah,
Right.
some of them were as low as 513
on sale. 513. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there was the Musto, like the one. It's like a red model, and then there were two reddish and a pale green.
Yeah. That orangey one is the one that we saw in DC, and I didn't like it in person. But I didn't write with it. I want to write with it and see. But
hello, Astral. Welcome to the Pen Friends Live.
hello.
Hello, and hello, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
Good friend and longtime supporter. So you bought a pen at the pen show. Any things you saw that you thought, oh, I really like those, but maybe wait, or were you just overwhelmed with the variety of vintage pens? Would you say?
I don't know. I never went in expecting a big pen show. I kind of thought it was going to be small, and it was exactly how I thought it was. I think the highlight for me was really meeting that lady with the cloths and the maker that made this pen. That was really nice.
Some
you remember
too, right?
What?
I said you had some nib work done.
Yes, by Gina. I ended up getting the two that I kind of wanted. I got the smooth italic.
Okay.
And I got the reverse architect, which I love.
Ooh,
I never wrote in with one, and it's like getting two pens in one.
Right.
So I got the thicker side on the reverse and the thinner side on the
regular. Yeah.
regular
What size is on the regular?
It went from a broad to like a fine, but it's not. Okay. I told her I like fine, but I don't like scratchy fine. I wanted that in between.
Yeah.
And Gina did it. It's perfect.
Gina is so good. So then architect is on the reverse, and then fine on the regular
on
side.
the front, right? Yep. And then the smooth italic was nice too.
Yes.
I wish we went to the DC show, huh?
Which pen did you have the cursive
smooth italic?
I got that on just on a Jobo nib. Because I figured that one I can switch it with my other. Yeah, it was the only broad nib. I wanted to make sure it was on a broad nib. So I got that one. That way I can interchange them. And then the reverse architects, I got it on the Nevalar, the one that I got with Anthony's gift card.
Oh, yes.
And Judith. So it was the two broad nibs I had, so it worked out perfect.
That's awesome.
I didn't get the Philly nib. So next time.
Oh.
You know how Kurt Spears always has the nib for the shows? I didn't get that one. So I concentrated just on whatever Gina was doing.
Jamie says Gina's Revital is literally her favorite nib.
Reverse.
Oh, reverse it. Not me saying Revital. I am.
Place. I know that was
my bad, Jamie.
She had a whole bunch of them on the table, and it was so easy to pick that one first. That was my first pick that I wanted Gina to do for me. And then the smooth italic, I'm like, yeah, that's the other one. But
yeah, I would love a reverse italic. And thank you, Carmen, who picked up a nib for me. I am very excited to use the journaler nib.
Yeah, I asked
Oh,
Gina if she had any, and only one was left.
it is meant to be.
And
Oh
I
my gosh.
called Jeffrey up. I'm like, okay, I got you off the bicycle. I'm like, I need to know. I wasn't gonna walk away and let that nib go by. I'm like, okay, I have an order. Oh wait, I started saying, Helen from Helen Creation NJ. Have you heard of her? I have something. Oh, remember the little jewelry for the pen that I had?
Oh yeah.
Okay, she buys a lot from overseas shows and stuff, and then she sells it on her Etsy or on the pen shows. Yeah, pen shows. And she had this little cover. Do you know what it's for?
The nib.
It's for your glass nib. By the way, thank you, Kathy. So to protect the nib.
That's nice.
Isn't it cool?
Yes.
Okay, I need one.
It's not. I saw it. She has one that looks like a little cat paw, which is really cute.
So
Those were actually I think she only had
Sold
one
out?
left. Those were fine. But then I saw this. I'm like, why didn't I think of this?
Right?
That was my other purchase.
How many glass dip pens that I've purchased from Amazon and then shipped the nib, and then you're like, okay. I tried to sand one once to fix it, and it was
it's tough.
No, yeah, it didn't.
That's the one that has the cap. Remember?
Yeah, you sent me one.
Yeah, that one's the one that has lasted the most.
Yes, the ones behind me are now just decorative. I used the one you sent, but my recent love affair with my Kakamori nib continues. So
Yes.
I almost got, the nib that you have, the Tom Studios, the one with the little nib on the side.
Yeah.
Ellen actually had a really nice one, and I was tempted, but I didn't. I ended up not getting it.
Well, you never know. People have birthdays throughout the year.
That's true.
You can gift it too.
That's true. Never know.
Kathy asked you, how do you compare that glass dip pen to others? Is that glass dip? Did you buy that glass dip pen as well, or just the cover?
No, Kathy gave me this.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot like the other one too. I mean,
does it write more fine?
No, I think it's about the same as the one that has the cap. I think this one holds the ink a little more. I think because it's longer, it holds the ink a little more. So that's the biggest difference I've noticed.
That's nice.
Do you think either of you would ever go big on a glass dip pen? There's some.
Yeah.
No.
Very expensive.
I don't try. I would love to own one.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I won one in a giveaway, that'd be fantastic.
Yes.
Right? But some of them are, $200 and up.
Remember the one that you had told me that had the coffee beans inside of it?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He told me about it because, of course, it has coffee beans, and I'm like, that's me.
Of course. Okay.
And he had told me it was expensive.
Yeah, I
happened to see it
on Instagram, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'll add this to her Christmas gift. So I go getting there, and it was like $300. And I thought,
yeah, that's pretty normal for glass, hand turned glass from Japan.
Yeah.
And I think they do take that art pretty seriously, and so the price kind of just matches the work that goes into it. And they do write finer than the ones you get off of Amazon or here in America. So
but I would just be too concerned that I would
break it.
It's not like you can just put a new nib on.
No.
I would just keep it there. Just don't show it.
Just
don't touch it. Oh wait, who was looking for me and Carlos?
Oh, Ink Spud Gal.
Oh man.
Independence Mike Matheson did a great walkthrough of the Philly Pen show. I kept looking. Oh,
Oh
in the
no.
video. Okay.
Yes, Mike did the video on. He always does it on Friday. Although on Friday, because when we were at the DC show, they caught me and Carlos at the DC show as he was walking around, but we were only there for Saturday.
Oh, okay. So he might not have captured you guys.
No, he wasn't filming. We saw him and we said hello. Oh, wait a minute. People, guess who saw me and called me by my name? I was so excited. And I'm getting excited.
Is it
I'm
is
getting,
it the president?
Fangirling hardcore.
what did you say?
I said she's fangirling hardcore.
Mhm.
Our middle son, Alex, went. It's his first pen show.
Oh
And
my
we saw
god.
this person. He goes, "Oh, is that a pen celebrity?" I said, "Yeah." And they knew me by name. I got so excited. I saw Drew. Drew was there. We
Yeah.
took a picture with him. So that was
Wait,
cool.
Drew knew you by name?
Yes.
Yes. Well, you're both
I was-
pen celebrities.
I was like, yes.
Carmen's two big crushes. Donnie Osmond.
Donnie might be my first, people.
Well,
Half of these, you might not even know who that is. Who's Donnie Osmond?
Yeah.
Drew.
And then Drew.
And then Drew. And then Chris Hemsworth at the end.
Well, yeah, same.
Oh
Oh,
man.
well.
I'm sure Drew's on everybody's crush list.
He is just so nice. He is so sweet. He might have a table at the DC show, he said.
That's awesome. Yes,
He
please.
doesn't know the size of the table yet. But yeah. Jamie, do you even know who that is? Probably not.
We all remember those purple polyester outfits. Well, I do. I remember Maurice.
Like, do I?
Bell bottom.
I was going to say, not everybody got to see those.
Okay. Well,
Lau, did you ever see? I don't-
Sorry, I'm probably 10 years too.
well, there we go.
Past
What a
the
and to
Barbie
Jamie
doll.
with the Barbie doll.
yes. My son-in-law got me a Donny Osmond doll.
The funny thing is, when you told me that I was on eBay looking for them as we were talking about it, and you're like, "Oh yeah, he got me one." I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
the punch."
Never
Yeah,
mind.
he got it for me a couple of years back. I think it was either my birthday or Mother's Day. One of the two. He got it for me.
But no Marie to go with him.
No, no, Marie, just Donnie.
No, Marie, just Donnie. Yeah.
Although he's getting old, I might have to upgrade because he's getting too old.
Take him with you.
Oh my goodness, Carmen.
Or
Okay, well, there we go.
On to the next topic.
I woke up.
No,
I
I'm just
was tired. I was tired from the Red Cross today when we first signed on, but
kidding.
Well, thank you for your volunteer service. That is vitally important work that you do.
yes, it's very
Mhm.
worthwhile.
Yes, David Cassidy. Who
And Tony DeFranco, yes, I know. Yes,
I don't know Tony DeFranco, but
yeah. He
David
was after David Cassidy. No,
Cassidy on the Partridge.
yeah,
Right.
David Cassidy was on the. Yeah, I like David Cassidy. My sister liked Sean Cassidy.
Mm.
Oh, maybe I like Sean Cassidy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was young.
How this went from fountain pens.
to,
David Cassidy.
to stars.
Throw us a lifeline and get us back to the.
It was Drew. It was Drew that drew us to that part. Of
Yeah, darn it, Drew.
He's the gateway crush, huh?
You're everywhere when you're not anywhere.
But yeah, that's a scoop. That's a scoop. He might
Okay.
have a table for the DC show. He doesn't know the
That's
size
so
of the
awesome.
table, but he's
Hold on.
considering getting a table.
Is he going to be there with his company?
Hmm
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he
Um,
was at the Philly show just by himself. He didn't have a table or anything like that. He
Yeah.
was just walking around.
Mhm.
But for the Philly show, for the DC show, he said it's not going to be a big table. He's thinking just a smaller table. But he's definitely going to be there.
Okay.
Oh, good.
That's fine. We can all take pictures.
Right?
Pen Friends Live, Andrew.
The three of us with him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go say hi. Go.
Yeah, we can have. Well, we can try to have Drew on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we certainly can invite him. It does appear that we have room for more.
Oh,
We do?
That's good.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not just because I got hooked by StreamYard, but they're
Yes.
billing. But
if we can get more people, we'll let you know. If
That would be cool. I got contact for Drew.
Yes, awesome.
I got an in with Drew.
You got his number.
Well, don't forget the little people.
I
Bring
won't.
us with on your celebrity cruise.
Okay. You're all on board. All of us go on.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's awesome. I'm so glad you had a lot of fun there.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I think that big pen shows are the way to go, even if they are very, nerve-wracking, very scary, but it's also more fun that way. And if you have someone to go there with you, that makes it even more fun. So
I think that was a big difference too, because in DC, it was meeting a lot of people that, Jeffrey, a lot of people that you talk to on Instagram and stuff, but don't get to meet. So when you see all of them at the shows, it's so much fun. We're at the Philly show. There were still people that I knew and people that remembered me from the DC show, but it wasn't the same.
Yeah. And I think, being generally an introvert myself, the bigger show was kind of, I would think, better in a way because you can disappear into, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's some anonymity and in numbers.
Yeah,
so,
and then if you wanted to be found, it's also pretty easy.
Yeah. Unless you're trying to text someone at the DC Pen Show.
And then the person never hears it.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah, it's so
like
funny.
This, searching for the signal.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to go to the Baltimore one. They're saying that one isn't as big, and I don't know if it's true or not. It's not, of course, as big as the DC, but a lot of more vendors go to that one than the Philly one or the smaller ones. I don't know.
By going to the smaller one, you also got to get nib work done
faster.
Anywhere. You didn't have to wait. Because those spots in DC fill up quick.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be watching those.
Yeah.
Close. So.
And actually, both Kurt and Gina, I don't know about the other nib grinders, they had a couple of empty slots.
Really good for,
Yeah, Kurt had a couple. If online, he was completely booked when I made my appointment, when I didn't know which of the two to go with. He was completely sold out. But then on Saturday when I went, he had empty spots. I could have gotten one from him, but I wanted to try Gina's grind. So
yeah, I really want to try the reverse architect. Same process of it being 2 pens essentially,
Yeah, I think that's what I fell in love with. It writes fine enough where I like it, but then if I want a little thicker, for like it's not like a stub nib. It's of course not that thick, but just enough. I loved it. I really liked it.
Can you share with us how the architect line looks for people who might not know what an architect is? How
it looks, or how
it writes? Yeah,
it writes the way I had Gina make it for me. It's a little thicker. It's an in between of a fine and a medium, but more towards the fine side. Like if you like mediums, like a nice juicy medium, then no, this is too thin for you. It's that right in between.
So is the
architect part?
Huh?
Mhm. What?
Oh, I was saying, did you mean the architect?
Yeah, I'm talking about how the lines look on an architect. What was I going to say? So based on what you're saying, Carmen, it sounds like can architects range from fine to broad architects based on what you want?
Yeah, well, not too broad, but between like a fine and a medium. I
Okay.
didn't want it to be as scratchy as
Yeah.
a fine, but I didn't want it to be as juicy as a medium.
Medium. Okay.
So this would be more like a fine. It feels like a fine, but a
Mhm.
little smoother. It's not as scratchy. It's
Okay.
more like little thinner than a Leonardo fine.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty thin. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and
Nice.
she wanted to know what nib size I usually like, what I go for, and I told her I wanted a fine.
And how wide is the downstroke on the architect side of the nib?
Do you hold on? I'll go get it. Hold
Yeah.
on. Give me a
Yes.
second. Don't hold on.
So, yes. Let's see.
You have an architect nib. Yeah.
I do not have an architect, but I know how they are. I just wanted Carmen to show if she has any writing samples. But I think of architect and cursive smooth italics as kind of opposites, because the
Yeah.
what's that?
All right,
Yeah,
go ahead.
or stubs. So stubs and architects are opposite because on a downstroke the stub is wider, and then for architect downstroke is very thin. And then it's horizontal strokes are
different. I know there is a nib that how an architect is broad on the cross stroke and narrow. There is one that is like flip that. I want to say, because I was looking at pens, this is probably a year ago, trying to decide did I want an architect nib and I don't remember the name, if it was the scribe nib or one of those custom grinds that is like a architect but in reverse, where it's a narrow cross stroke, but not, because a stub nib really doesn't have nibbing material, there's no curvature. Whereas whatever the reverse of that,
it does have the curvature. Okay.
Okay, you ready? This is writing on the thinner side. Hold on. Can you see it?
Okay.
Where it's thin like a fine, but it's not scratchy. It's very smooth, right? So then if I write on the reverse.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, let me get more ink. Hold on. Oh, I got the wrong ink for this. For God's sake.
But yeah, Jeffrey, I think I know what you're talking about. I'll have to ask is it Clarissa, because she seems to use pens that are like what you're saying. They're not architect, but also not cursive. Maybe it is an architect that she's using. But
okay, I'm not getting it to work right, but it's a little, you can't really see it. You see how it's thicker? You can't see it. I can't make it, I can't dip it.
There's some really thick lines and super thin lines.
Yeah, because it's like, it's not picking up the ink as good. But it's a little thicker, more like a medium. The reverse is more like a medium. The right side is more like a fine.
Oh,
yes.
That would be very nice.
That's exactly what Jamie said too.
Yeah, it's like getting two pens in one. I don't know why I'm just dipping it, so it's dipping on the right side, not the reverse side. But this line right here, that's the right, the right way, not the reverse. So
can you draw like a capital T on the reverse side, or is the ink not?
I don't know why it's not picking up the ink. Hold on, let me see.
Kirkspear also does a scythe nib.
Yeah.
Which is almost like a slightly rounded architect. Similar to like a long blade nib. And then floating out there in the world is the Kodachi nib or Kodachi nib. That I have that on an ebonite pen that's like a very fine architect nib, like extremely fine. I'll bring it so you can try it because I think you would enjoy it.
Let's see.
There
Yeah.
was a pen that had an extra fine nib,
Swoon.
and I got to try it. That was fine. That was like
Was it
extra fine?
extra fine. Actually, Carlos was the one that picked it, that saw it. I wasn't paying attention to it, and he was the one that saw it.
So was it scratchy or smooth?
It was so scratchy. It was not for me. I mean, extra fine is not for me.
You have, yeah.
When I saw extra fine, I'm like, oh, this, no, never. Not
It depends on the maker too. I have an extra fine. My Kilk Celestial is an extra fine, and I think you would enjoy that a lot. It's very smooth writing experience, but it's probably like a sailor fine medium.
Wow.
So I always tell people, don't be too hung up on what they're calling the nib, broad, medium, fine. Because from maker to maker, nib size, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I have my Pelican M800 is a fine, my M605 is a medium, and the medium on the 605 is thinner than the fine on the M800.
Right.
So that was part of my rule for the year is to try them first, because I've ended up with some pens that are beautiful.
Yeah.
But, now I have to have nib work done. But I might do the reverse architect of that Pelican M800.
I should have inked it up before the show so I could show you. I didn't think of it. Yeah, I like it. I really enjoyed it.
Oh. So Ink Spud Gal says the perspective grind is similar to an architect point. The downstroke is narrow than a cross-stroke. The width of that sounds like...
That sounds very interesting.
Do you think this... We got some... Suzette says, did we miss you?
Welcome back to that.
We did miss you.
Yes, welcome back. And unhealthy levels of Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Hi.
Do you think the scribe, journaler, nib, others are different than the stub, architect, cursive, italic? Or are they just names? Oh... The scribe I just read because I think I'm repurchasing my Esterbrook SDC glass, but with the palladium trim. I think it just will look better. And so I was looking at getting it with the scribe nib, and Esterbrook's website said that the scribe nib, the Nibmeister who designed it, is that it's like a more universal architect, because really an architect nib to function at its prime should be ground for the specific user of the pen. So journaler, I don't know, I haven't gotten yet, but I mean, it was pretty universal.
So the scribe, you said, it's supposed to be tailored to the user?
Yeah. So a scribe nib is how Esterbrook described it on their website, was that it was a more universally usable version of an architect nib.
Oh, okay.
So and that a true architect nib should be ground for the user.
Got it. Okay. I can say the same thing about journaler. Journalers feels easier to use than a cursive smooth italic. And when I'm writing, it's a lot smoother.
Yes.
But I do get line variations in terms of like down and side strokes. And then my cursive smooth italic fine, because it's so fine, I don't see as much line variations, but it is sharper and sometimes harder to make like squiggly lines. So, yeah.
You might like a fine cursive italic that's not a smooth italic.
Right.
Because on a fine, I have a fine cursive italic, and you get the good line variation.
Yeah.
Because it's a sharper.
And like I think you'll have to get used to a cursive italic because they are so sharp. And depending on how your writing pressure is, I began with a harder writing pressure. And so when I first used a cursive italic, I was like, this is so scratchy. But it isn't technically scratchy, it's just sharper. And you have to use a much lighter hand to get those beautiful writing.
Yeah.
So. Thea, Ben, thank you for coming. Enjoy your dinner. But yeah, thanks for answering that question, Matt. I think that yes, it might be a branding thing, but it also is kind of a little unique. Yeah.
Well, have you tried the Kirk Spears needlepoint?
No,
I have
I haven't.
I wanted it to work. I got it for the Esterbrook Junior.
Yeah.
But I kept poking holes in the paper because I'm a left-handed overwriter. I couldn't.
It's not for you.
It was not for me. An architect nib for me works beautifully.
Yeah.
So I'd love to try all the different nibs though.
I know. That was the fun part of it, was trying all the nibs that Gina had.
Did Gina have a scribe? Oh, no. Gina's not the one that makes the scribe.
No.
It's someone else. Yeah, because it's... I have the Naginata Togi, which I don't know if Esterbrook has one similar, because this one was made by CY. And it's kind of like, I think it's kind of like an architect, but it might not have the same lines as what you have. The downstrokes seem to be a little thinner.
A little thinner, yeah.
Yeah, and if you change the angle that you're writing, you get thinner as you go higher and broader as you are writing at a lower angle. So, what was that?
Like a Zoom architect, because the Zoom
a mix of the two. Zoom nibs, yes, those are really broad and juicy.
Yeah.
So, I think only Sailor makes Zooms, right? Or
yeah,
does Platinum have them too? No, yeah.
I saw a Sailor, I forget the model, but with a Zoom nib. If anyone's looking for a budget buy, I'm always trying to save money. On Amazon, they had a Sailor with a music nib for under $70, 14 karat, and a Sailor with a Zoom nib for under $70. That was 14 karat.
Where is this?
On Amazon. I can see the link after.
Yeah. Amazon has really nice.
Yeah.
But it's random though. Like they'll pop up. And if you get it, because they're, imports, sometimes there's one or two and then it's gone.
I want to try the music nib. Remember the one you had?
Yes.
Wait, is that the music nib?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I had purchased this. It was a Pro Gear Slim. I think I bought it on eBay. The section was broken. And so the guy was like, super affordable. I think I paid like $40 for the Pro Gear Slim with this music nib. And I just pulled the nib and put it in another Pro Gear Slim body that I had bought off of Reddit. And it started to bother me that the nib was rhodium and the trim on the Pro Gear Slim body was gold. And so I bought a Sailor Pro Fit body on Amazon for $30 with a steel nib. Just pulled the steel nib and put the music nib in, and so we have
That's really nice.
Music nib. I've had the music nib on the Pro Gear and on the Pro Gear Slim. I love it in the Pro Gear Slim size. On the Pro Gear size, I had it ground like last year into a scythe nib, which is beautiful. But
okay.
So that's a good way, even if you have a Sailor Pro Gear Slim, kind of the entry level ones on Amazon, the white snowy moon over the winter's river fall.
It's just harvest moon or autumn moon.
You know, it's a nice way to swap the body, and you know, pulling the nib and feed was
That one.
yeah.
I love that one.
Pretty.
So, I mean, it's a good way to swap it up. You know, just have a different look.
So you just pull the nib out by friction, yes?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for beginners who might not know that is what you can do.
And it's really easy. It is, you know, if you're concerned, put on a rubber glove because that'll give you a little more grip and just straight out. Probably the most dangerous part is if you're trying to pull on an angle, you can break the fins. But if you just straight out, I mean, it took, I don't know, 45 seconds to swap the nib. So,
now, if you buy your pen from a retailer with a warranty, probably don't try to like pull out your nib like that. If you buy it like imported from Japan, then yes, you can do whatever you want with your pen.
Yeah. Oh, notes from past Amy. Hello. Oh, nib from a Mont Blanc. Did you use the nib tool or did you just pull the nib? Yeah.
With paper towel, Bart says.
Oh, hi Bart.
Or a piece of tape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever to have a firm grip on it.
Yeah.
But yeah. TWSBIs do the same thing, but I think TWSBIs come out way easier than Sailors. But TWSBIs, you can take everything apart, warranty and all. They want you to.
Use the nib tool to remove the nib, but just pulled the nib and feed. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I like pens where you can easily do that, cleaning purposes and other reasons. But then there are pens that you can't do that, and it really sucks.
So I pulled the nib once on a TWSBI. It was that glow in the dark TWSBI that was doomed from the start, but then it just never
wrote the same.
Yeah, I mean, there was something stuck in there, and so I took it apart to clean it. But when I reseated the nib, it was as tight of a fit after that. But I think that pen was just doomed. So I bought that on one of those resale websites. I forget the name of it.
I got too scared to do it.
Didn't break any fins.
And Chris says, is there a list somewhere of which nibs are, I think,
pull and screw out? Okay. I don't know if there is a list.
I don't know about a list.
But I can make a list of the pens that I do have. There are, I know for sure, like Leonardo pens, especially the gold nibs, they're heat set, so you can't do anything with the nib. And then there are a lot of pens nowadays, like the steel nibs for Leonardo, Pelican, and Kaweco are screw nib units, which is really convenient. So I can try to make a list for you guys.
And the feed screw into the nib housing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a price point on a pen that I would try it versus not try it. I mean, obviously that Pro Gear Slim I had already bought with the burp protection, so $40.
It didn't matter at that point.
Right. Yeah.
Or TWSBI Eco, sure, I'll try it, but I'm certainly not gonna go pull the nib out of my Mont Blanc Glacier anytime soon.
No, not that $2,000 pen.
Although I fixed that Mont Blanc on my own. I bought the nib tool online, took that whole puppy apart and cleaned it and
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Tom. Welcome.
Hey, Tom.
Yes, and anyone else who joined, welcome, welcome. Hi, Cherise.
Yeah.
Hello.
Let's see. Oh,
Oh.
go ahead. You can. Okay. Jamie says that she has also pulled out 14K Leo nibs, but it is scary. Yes. I guess not every single one is heat set. Well, especially the ebonite ones are heat set.
Yeah, the number 8, like the one I
yeah.
have, is heat set. He set it right there, so
Yeah.
it's not going anywhere.
The gold nibs for Leonardo's are really hard to take out, so don't try to do that unless you're a pro. Oh, hello, Denise from Arizona. Oh, Arizona
Denise?
as well.
Yep. That's my buddy. I pulled the nib on my Natuno. You remember I don't know if you recall. It was in my pocket, and I flopped it down on the bed to talk to my husband, and then I got back to my office, and I could feel in my pocket there were multiple things in there, and I was like, "Oh, did I have a chapstick in there too?" And the pen was broken, so I repurchased the same pen but with a steel nib, and pulled the gold nib out of the broken one and put it into the.
Oh, the nib stayed intact. Thank God.
Yeah. It's just everything below the cap.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's fun times.
Oh my goodness, Tom, I'm so sorry to hear that.
See, that's what I'm afraid of. That's why I won't do any of that unless I know for sure.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, it really is do it at your own risk. I just did it because I just felt better to clean the feed that way. And I could just throw it into my, ultrasonic. But yeah, I don't think their feeds are the strongest, but you'll have to be gentle if you do want to pull out your Twispies.
Yeah, I mean, I did it that first time with the Natuno because I mean at that point the pen was beyond.
Oh yeah, yeah.
At that point, you weren't losing much.
Yeah, right. So maybe if you're listening, and maybe try it the first time at a point when you have very little to lose, just to be on the safe side.
So is Nettuno an Italian brand?
Yes.
And
that is this. This is my
Okay.
Nettuno. And then Amy was terribly abusive with her pen and threw it on the floor. No.
No, she said it jumped up.
Yeah.
We'll take her word for it.
Hers is the beautiful, beautiful Thalasso resin, which is this kind of indescribable blue. It's not teal, it's not turquoise, but they really have great depth to their resins.
Okay. Yeah, because I know Nettuno, Gioia, and another brand, and I've never tried their pens before. But I think it's because I don't really like how bulky it looks. So yeah, some of their pens look bulky.
Big boned.
I like the Gioias. Did you see the creamy one that Apple Boom has?
Is that the one
I think so.
I love that one. I keep looking at it.
Creamy mother of pearl like looking.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it just looks like a creamy color.
Okay. Thank you, Tim.
See this? You all fine points.
Oh, that was a dad joke. Yes.
Yeah. So you could have named our show The Fine Points.
Oh my gosh.
We all do love fine points.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right. Yeah.
Are you guys going to get some grinds done in DC?
Yes. Indeed. Both of them.
Yeah.
For sure.
Lau, you don't sound so convincing.
I know.
Because I'm not sure if I have any pens I want to get grounded. I love all the pens I have right now. Oh, I do. Yeah. I think I'll grind one. So I bought a 14K elastic extra fine for this pen. because you can remove the nib.
Oh, by twisting it or by
Yeah.
pulling?
By twisting it.
Oh, okay.
And so it'll just twist in there, and it's ABS feed and not the juicier ebonite. And then this one is an elastic fine steel nib, and it's just very super broad, and it kind of sings now. So I
Wow.
want to get rid of that singing, and I'll probably turn this into maybe a journaler. I don't have a journaler in my Leonardo's yet, so that'll be great.
You're gonna have it by Kirk?
Kirk or Gina? Well, I don't know. Does Kirk do journaler nibs?
I don't know, but Gina, I don't know.
That's a Gina. It's a Gina nib, so
he probably has
something similar.
Yeah,
different name. Yeah. Yes, Bart. It's a fine.
And nobody's gonna ask unless I get something in a broad just to have it browned down to something different. You never know. I might surprise you there.
Well, those one of those Scribos yesterday, the broad was probably $50 cheaper than the fine.
Yeah, but then if you have it worked on, then it's going to come back to another 50.
Right. No, I was just saying sometimes sometimes it's cheaper, or the last one on sale might be a broad.
That's true. That's how I got this one, because they only had in the broad.
But that's fine, because now you decided and you made it look perfect for you.
That's true.
That's true. Is wondering what makes a nib sing. I hate that sound as well. Have you guys had singing nibs?
Yes. I didn't know that was a thing. The YouTube content creator has the kind of tinted glasses. Suzette will know his name. Ink Explorations, or he normally wears a hat, plays the guitar. He has a video on how to fix that.
Oh, Inquiring Minds.
Yes, thank you. I don't know what causes it, but
so from my understanding is that if your nib, the tipping material is too smooth, and your paper is highly coated, then it will, that friction is going to make a squeaking noise, which is the singing.
Oh.
And typically good sounding feedback for me is where it kind of sounds like a pencil, or a little bit quieter. And so Sailors give me that, Platinums. My Leonardos are so smooth I can barely hear but I can still hear the feedback, and it's nice. So that is feedback, and then singing is where you hear squeaking as you're writing. It hurts my ears.
Have any of those?
Yeah, but some people love singing. That one doctor, content creator, he likes singing, and he would do his writing sample, and he would say, "Oh, this is the singing. I like it." I'm like, I don't. It's just. Oh. But yes, feedback is good. Singing, not so much.
Yeah.
No singing going on.
La, la, la. Sorry.
No Donny Osmond singing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh my gosh. What else?
See. Amy says, I like all the varieties of feedback in different papers with different inks. Yeah, there's a lot of different kinds of feedback, like you said, when you experiment with all kinds of papers and inks.
Yeah.
So, no, Tom, I'm not talking about Shock MD, but he's really his videos are really calming. I like it. No. It was this other guy that he was one of the first SBRE. Yeah. Is it? No, SBRE Brown. I think that's him. Yeah. Do you guys know SBRE Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he's a doctor.
Yeah. He writes with singing, and he seems to like it. That's where I first heard somebody actually liking the singing. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
All I'm hearing in my head now is, when you take water on a crystal glass.
Yeah. I don't know why they call it singing. It sounds like squeaking to me. So.
Yeah. So it's not scratchy.
Yeah, it's not scratchy.
Okay.
Yep. It sounds like like a marker on a whiteboard.
Oh,
Yeah, kind of like that.
yeah, I don't think I would like that.
Sound, and even if you're not thinking of it when you're writing, like I have a couple pens that do it.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, okay, I need to switch because I'm not writing a 2-page letter with this ruckus going on.
Yes.
No. Oh, nails on a chalkboard. That's what
Oh.
advice you guys have?
It's not dissimilar.
Yeah, not dissimilar, but yeah, I guess the frequency it causes the same kind of pain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Luckily,
Luckily, you never had to experience that.
I don't know what it is.
Is there a paper that you love? Wow.
See, so I have always loved Tomoe River paper,
Okay.
the old one, and because of Hobonichi, and they show off beautiful shading and sheening. I don't mind that they're thin because I don't write on the backside all the time. But recently I bought like 5 different kinds of notebooks with different paper, and I don't even know all the paper. But the ones I like so far, the Namasini paper and Iroful paper, I love.
So I tried the second one, and Nemosine. That's the one. Remember, I told you I felt it was like grabbing the nib of my pen.
Like it was had too much fabric or like texture on it.
Yeah, it was just.
Let me make sure it is Namasini. It might not be, or Nemosine, however you put it.
I know. Right?
Oh, well, Yusari Nakabayashi. Is Yusari a paper?
Or the brand?
Let me check the Googles.
So okay, so it's not Nemosine paper that I like. So the Yusari paper is really nice, and it's thin and coated. Oh no, it's not thin. It's coated well enough without feeling like, like not paper. So I like
okay. Yeah, I have this Nemosine, but it's oriented in landscape.
Okay.
Which, was a really fun format for a notebook, but it just
wasn't practical.
Not my friend. No. I did get a little notebook in the mail yesterday, a little onion skin.
Oh.
And this one is from Dress Code, Dressco.
Oh, wow.
Is onion skin very thin, like tomato?
It's very thin, but there's a text. Sorry, I'm a fan over my. Oh my goodness. There's a texture. I don't know. Can you see the? Like it's not flat and smooth.
Okay.
Kind of like maybe Tomoe River paper got wet
and
then dried out. So there's some undulation to it.
Can you write on the other side, or is it just one of those that you can only write on the one side of the sheet?
Yeah.
Well, I did a test on the back of the back page last night, and it wrote okay. So,
but it doesn't ghost.
It doesn't, right?
Not. I would say not terribly. I mean, you can.
Oh no, that's very good.
It's way less than I thought it was. I was thinking it was gonna go right through.
But those onion skin journals are, $60 and this little one was, I think, 17 or 18. I didn't realize
that
small when I bought it.
Expensive.
But yeah, but it was nice to write on. So now I wish it was larger size. But what are you gonna do? Carmen, I know you use typically a ring planner. What paper do you normally use in it?
That's from Erin Condren. That's more. It has that feel, like that texture, a little bit of a texture on it, which I only like it because it's in my planner that I just work on. But it holds the ink, fountain pen ink, really good. Doesn't really go through. So it serves its purpose. Would I write like in a journal in that paper, no.
Mm.
But for my planner, it's good.
Mhm.
Is it similar to like a Midori paper?
A little thicker. A
Okay.
little thicker than the Midori. The Midori, I think, is a little smoother too compared
Really?
to the Erin Condren. It has like a feel to it, like a not fabric, but more of a texture to it.
Mm. Okay. I think I bought Midori paper, and it's pretty thick, and it just felt way too textured, and like sandpaper to my nibs.
Oh,
So
wow.
I
Oh.
was really, I was that was my first experience with Midori, but it might not be other Midori papers.
Yeah.
So, but people are saying Midori is nice, so I maybe just got the wrong pad.
Yeah,
I-
that traveler inserts are Midori paper.
Yeah, and those are thick comparatively.
Those I like. That's where I do my journaling.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But
It's
it
nice.
feels smooth. It doesn't feel like rough or anything.
Yeah, like mine was really rough. I'm like, this cannot be paper.
Oh
No.
yeah, no, that's not the same.
I had something else, but
Right.
it was still Midori, but it must have been like a different Midori style.
My journal is Tomoe River paper. That beautiful marbled paper hardcover notebook from Galen.
Oh, Galen.
Oh yeah.
And I'm telling you, buying a notebook from them is such a treat. Even their everyday notebook with the soft leather cover, comes with the line,
Yeah.
The blotting paper.
Blotting paper I like.
Paper. Yeah. Such a treat.
It's really nice.
I haven't gotten anything from them in a while.
From Galen?
Yeah.
Me too. It's expensive. I mean, well, the shipping and all that together is very expensive, but their
DC
stuff is
show.
DC show, yes.
No,
Oh my gosh! Speaking of DC show, when Jeffrey was there last year, I asked if he could get me the Galen leather accordion pouch, and it was like $192, and I was like, no, never mind. And then Atlas had it on one of their for sale boxes for $200, and it included that bag plus like 10 other items, and the total value of that thing was $300. And they were selling for $200, and I was like, I should have gotten that.
You should have done it when Jeffrey got it.
But yeah,
well, I think we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, we thought it'd be like 120.
Yeah,
something like that.
Grab me one.
Mm-hmm. But 200 for that, I don't know what I would do with a $200 accordion.
Yeah, it was pricey. I remember texting you, being like, and they weren't taking cards. So I'm like, you really have to want this?
Yeah, but I get that. Yeah.
Pull money out of the ATM.
Yeah, those
really
ATMs.
I have heard, yes, that Cosmo Airlight, but then that they were replacing it with something similar, like Cosmo Snow.
I have the Cosmo.
If it is snow, then because the snow is just white paper, right?
Yeah.
I remember this as part of a conversation on the Juicy Broads, like a year ago, over a year ago. What's her name? With the
Vanessa.
Vanessa. Sorry, Vanessa.
With the bob.
Is a big fan of the Cosmo Airlight.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. That's what the refills are that come in Galen's little jotter pad.
Yeah.
Which I have scattered throughout the house in case I need to make some grand note.
Well, I want to try some Cosmo Airlight. Do you have the regular?
I have the regular one.
Okay. Well, if I can buy some, otherwise I'd like to try some samples before they go away.
Before we go to DC, they should have you able to try them out, don't you think?
Yeah. I would think so if they're selling Cosmo there.
Put a little suggestion thing. Try the paper out.
Yeah. Try the paper out. But yeah,
the ink, they have all the ink samples downstairs. It'd be really neat if there were strips of
strips of the paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool. You know, that's one of the things that the Philly show didn't have. Remember the table that you could donate stuff to?
Did they have a sharing table?
No. I took a couple of inks I was gonna share just in case I saw something I liked, and they didn't have it.
Oh no.
That was kind of disappointing.
Yeah. Hopefully they make some changes this year. But
I mean, DC did. I got a bottle of Kobe ink.
Yeah.
Hold on. Did you buy it for how much was it?
No, they have a sharing table
Oh.
at DC where people put ink samples or bottles of ink, pens, nibs, cleaning tools, and someone put a bottle of Kobe Sour Aken green.
Mm-hmm.
And you got the avocado too.
Yeah.
Wait, you just take them, or
Yeah.
are you to buy?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, so like I'm gonna ship ink ahead to the hotel, so I don't have to carry it, lug it on, have it leak in my bag. But any inks that close to August that I'm just not a fan of,
Yeah.
I'll just put them in. You put
share.
people, and then other people can
Grab it if they like it.
Yeah.
That's why
cool.
I took some of the samples, because I figured if there's an ink I like,
Yeah.
I'll just leave mine. But there
Oh, I
wasn't.
love that.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Yamamoto has a paper testing where you can try different papers. I think they were at San Francisco. I did try some like onion paper. It was way too thin for me. But yeah.
That's what they should have.
I buy Tomoe River paper on
Amazon. Yeah,
um,
there's some good ones there.
sheets or 100 sheets for $11.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's great when you're doing inky messes or practicing lettering.
Sterling Ink has them too, where you can buy it for your A5 binder.
Oh,
They have it with line and without line, and it's the Muddy River, and it comes with the holes and everything.
Okay.
oh, look at that.
So that'll be good for plotters.
Yeah.
Plotter people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just it,
Water so bad, but I just being a lefty, those rings are
Yeah, they're in the way.
they're too thin.
hey.
I think the planner's too thin. Like my planner.
That too, yeah.
So it's too thin.
Lolo says that Odyssey Notebooks uses original Tomoe River paper. That's awesome. And they also carry Cosmo Airlines. Is Odyssey Notebooks a store?
I know. I'm snapping this info.
Yeah, this would be great because I stopped using the Hobonichi. Even though I bought a full Hobonichi journal.
You did love the Spy.
What's that?
Spy Family.
Yes. It's super cute. I love it. And it's got my Usari notebook in here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yes. Which I was really sad that Atlas didn't sell out, and now they're half off.
But if you hadn't bought it, they would have sold out.
They might have.
No.
Yeah.
I still want that notebook cover that Carmen has. I mean, my own, but the mushroom one.
The mushroom red
the
one.
mushroom
Super
one.
cute.
I like it. It's really cute. I just don't like. I don't know what I'm doing with it. I changed my mind. I don't want to use it. So now I'll leave it for ink swatches.
That's fine. That's really
good. I have a box of planner covers, notebook covers, and I just kind of, rotate. Sometimes I forget who did the video that said you're more likely to be successful using a notebook for a specific purpose if it evolves naturally versus if you're like, I'm buying this notebook to do, meal tracking. That a lot of times that doesn't stick. But if you have a notebook and you just start using it for a purpose,
yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. I use a Hobonichi Weeks for my currently inked. Well, except like for the last week, because now I don't know what inks and what pen. It got away from me.
See, that's why you have to write it down as soon as you ink it.
I know, but I always switched the nib. I took the extra fine nib out of my pine green Lamy 2000 and put it in my black Lamy 2000, which I didn't. Again, someone else's video, but I didn't realize that the nib just slides out. I thought you had to buy the whole nib.
A whole new pen?
Oh,
No, like when you unscrew the
yes.
part.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, but this one's black, that one's green, but the nib just slides out.
Oh.
Does it slide out the moment you unscrew something, or it slides out by itself?
So you unscrew the nib unit.
Okay, so you don't
lose that clutch ring.
Right.
And then if you just like push the nib a little, like the nib and the feed just come out, and I just swapped them. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I've seen the video of that. So,
it was cool.
Well, very nice.
And then very into my pilot parallels that I pulled the nib and the feed from and put them on these Wansai mini little eyedropper pens.
Oh, yes, I like those.
Yeah. So I bought a set of 6, and I just have really fun shimmer sheening inks, and I've been practicing lettering, but you really like I mean, some of those are like 0.8 millimeter nib.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, super fun.
Do they leak?
I mean,
I don't think so.
No, so far so good.
Oh, that was always my concern.
Yes.
It looks pretty thick to me, like that.
Yes, Tom said you were watching Simone. Yes, indeed.
I love Simone.
Yes. I wouldn't have known that you could pull the nib and the feed, and on that Wankai Mini, you unscrew the whole, nib with the nib unit, and the nib and feed fit in that spot without a nib unit. I don't know.
No converter needed.
No, so much fun too. You can buy those little eyedropper pens on Temu or AliExpress for $3 to $4. So a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Whatever works.
Right. Whatever floats your
pen boat.
Yeah. Okay, folks, it is about that time.
Yes, it is.
Carmen is going to sing us out with her own rendition of Farewell.
There's no singing going on.
What? Come on, live a little.
There's no singing.
Yeah.
All right.
There might be dancing, but no singing.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well,
we're here. Go ahead.
I'm too tired.
I mean, thank you everyone for joining us.
Thank you guys. See you next
week. Have a wonderful night. See you next week.
See ya.
Week. Now let's see. How do you turn this?